Here we go. Okay, so if you're new today, you might spot a few of us have got our cords mounted vertically, hanging down in the stairwell. This enables me to get the body position one step closer to what I'd be doing in the water. If I'm pivoted at the hips because my cords are tied off and they're mounted horizontal, it's okay. You're going to get the arm movements in, you're going to get the muscle memory activated, you're going to build a little bit of strength. But if you can at all shift to a vertical position, that would be amazing. Just because then the hips can follow. You know, you've got one alignment. From here, I've got fingertips, one straight alignment, long axis down to the toes, and it's that swimming position that if we were in the water, we'd be a little bit closer to. 1 minute to go before our first strength exercise. And if you don't have dumbbells, and they need to be really light, trust me, they really need to be really light, or tins of beans, don't worry. Any new movement is going to be taxing enough while you get the hang of it. So don't stress. I'm going to pick up some light dumbbells in about 30 seconds. And it's nice, easy transitions. There's nothing too complicated about this, but make sure you do the movement small, quite slow. And it's not about throwing around big, heavy weights. It's about small, subtle movements, slowly building the strength, making the shoulders work that a little bit harder through a wider range of motion. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, wonderful stuff. Okay, light dumbbells. We're in a T position. Okay, from head on. I'm going to have to sort of make it look like this, but obviously you want the arms outstretched, and it's just palms are facing down, and it's just a very small movement, up and down, up and down. Slow it down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Just 1 minute of this, please. In a T position for the body. Straight arms, palms are facing down. Nice and steady. Just a few centimeters up and down, up and down. We're not hurling them around anywhere, just nice and small. And it's probably going to feel quite okay for now. Even if you don't have dumbbells, it's okay. It's going to slowly build up. Last 15 seconds before we get back on the courts. Last 15 seconds. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Don't let them drop. Don't let them sag forwards. Good posture. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Back on the cords, please. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Back on the cords. So healthy shoulders is all about good posture. And if you think about how much driving you may have been doing over the years, how much sitting at a desk, typing, it all sort of hunches the shoulders over. Okay, and that's not great. If you add in the front crawl movements of also hunching over the shoulders. So to keep them healthy, we've got to reverse things. We've got to hold things back. And you know, we didn't have this knowledge back in the 80s and the 90s, and we really didn't pay much attention to it. We'd hit the gym, we'd try to get stronger, we'd try to make the general swimming muscles stronger, and then wondered why we would get injured because there wasn't balance. We didn't have the posture. Now, if you go to a swimming club, the kids will be doing lots of full body strength and conditioning for balance. It's apparently some coaches that have been to the Olympics recently have noticed how it's getting harder to differentiate the sports. If you think about them, obviously you've got the extremes, you've got a high jumper, you've got a discus thrower, but generally the athletes are getting so well conditioned that amongst that middle area, you used to be able to spot a swimmer, used to be able to spot a track athlete, but they're so well conditioned all over, it's getting harder. And that's what we want, general conditioning. And you obviously get the legs worked if you are a triathlete, but swimming, we've got to work on some balance, and that's going to come from activating the back, the shoulder muscles. Good work, everyone. Just 15 seconds to go, 15 seconds to go before we move into our next position. It's very similar. We're just going to adjust the position of the hands, okay? So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good stuff. Get your dumbbells or your tins of beans. This time, okay, the palms are going to face forwards, palms are going to face forwards. So we're just putting a same movement. The body's in a T, the arms are straight. Okay, I'll try to demonstrate that, but you should get the hang of that. And then it's up and down, palms forwards. Okay, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the arms parallel to the floor, 90 degrees at the shoulders. Slow it down a little bit. And most importantly, squeeze those, don't let it slump. You'll know that dumbbells are too heavy if you feel you're just kind of arching over. Shoulder blades together, good posture, squeeze them together. Last 15 seconds. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Back on the cords, please. Back on the cords. 2 minutes. If you're warm, if you're feeling good, maybe take a step backwards. If you didn't quite get the setup right early on, take a step forwards or go up and down the stairs, depending on how you've got your cords set up. 2 minutes. We might be able to add a little bit more resistance, make it a little bit harder. Don't lose your technique though. I would rather better technique rather than more strength any day of the week. There's no point sort of making things tougher if you exit down at the hips. Try to go beyond the hips. Switch the shoulders from side to side to give you the length, to give you the streamline. Head nice and still. If you can take on board a few more teaching points, remember we've always got that breathing. Follow the hand under the body. As the hands reach the eyes, turn into the side. That's a good opportunity to get the head above the surface of the water. As the hand reaches the hips or beyond, should give you a nice long window to get plenty of air. Leave it too late and things get a bit bunched up and the arm is recovering and nudging the head forwards. Good work, everyone. Less than a minute to go, less than a minute. And then we've got one more position with the dumbbells. Then we've got our trunk rotations, just to remind ourselves about some good body rotation. And that's one round done. That didn't take too long, didn't be, hopefully not too bad. Last 25 seconds. Pivot, pop the elbow out wide, send the hand down the backbone. Pivot, if you've got the ability to open your hands, a little bit of daylight between the fingers. Remember, we're pulling from fingertips to elbow, all the way through the center line, down the backbone. Good work, everyone. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Back on the dumbbells. Pivot at the hips. Bring the body to horizontal. The palms face the floor with the body horizontal, and it's the same movement, palms down, just small movements up and down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. This one starts to get a little bit more tiring, especially as we've been building up from 10 minutes of arm work. You've got gravity at play, try to keep it slow. Last 30 seconds. If 30 seconds with dumbbells is enough, by all means, drop them, but not literally. Just go 30 seconds without. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Last 15. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tremendous. Woo! Okay, just relax there. Keep the head nice and still. Shoulder blades roll through. Shoulders roll through even. Let the hips follow. Shake the arms out. Get the breathing under control. Keep the head still. Really still. Hillary, keep your head still. Let the hips follow. Good, good, good. So if you're, this is ideal, this is helpful if your cords are mounted horizontally and the hips are fairly fixed and you haven't quite got the opportunity to get the rotation in. So we're always coming back to a little bit of rotation work just to remind ourselves what we're doing. Good, good, good. No one's flexible enough to keep the hips still. You'll get to there, you'll get to there. Let them flow and follow. That's good. All right, excellent. That's round one done. Have a breather. Grab a drink. Okay. Maybe you can see me now. Sorry, I forgot to put the light on. Although you might notice the light's a bit wonky, so I've been told off. That was probably me doing some previous exercise. Okay, round two. Can we take a step back away from that point of where the cords are tethered? Can we make it a little bit harder? It's up to you. Whatever you feel you need to do today, okay? This is slow strength work. We're not working massively hard on the cords. If you want to do that, just look on YouTube at the Swim for Try channel, and we've got lots of the hard fitness sessions on a Friday, okay? And we'll be back here on Friday, 12 o'clock for this week's. All right, guys, back on the long cords, 2 minutes, here we go. Okay, nicely done, 2 minutes. Can we take a step back? Don't let the technique fall apart. I'm trying to, with every stroke, I'm trying to finish and bring the shoulder into the chin, so I'm moving this shoulder above the surface. That enables me to get a nice recovery, and then that body rotation would allow me to switch across to the other side. I don't recommend sort of a surface recovery with the cords. It's a little bit clumsy with that tension launching the arm forward. It's not sort of something you would do in the pool. There wouldn't be tension on that. So we don't worry too much. Just keep the hands under the body. Keep them at 180 degrees to each other. I know when it comes to front crawl, we've got more options as to the rhythm and the timing of the stroke. But for now, just keep them at 180. Kind of confuses the brain less if you're trying to sort of do a near catch up, and it gets a bit clumsy. So just keep them at 180. I think that's sensible. Keep exiting beyond the hips. Reach for the knees. If you've got the vertical cords, don't forget the hips should be rolling out of the way as that hand finishes center. Okay, get the hips out of the way. You don't go around the hip, which will throw you from side to side. Last 30 seconds before we hit the dumbbells again. If you went without dumbbells, if you went without tins of beans, maybe you can add them this time. Maybe your shoulders are thinking, oh, that was quite tiring. Let's just leave it as it is. That's absolutely fine, absolutely fine. Last 10 seconds. Keep the pivot early. Try to create that horizontal arm position as early as you can. Ideally before it comes in line with the eyes. Good stuff. And onto the dumbbells, please, onto the dumbbells. Okay, let's go palms forwards. Palms forwards this time. Just going to mix it up a little bit. Nice small movements up and down. Keep the arms parallel to the ground, 90 degrees at the shoulders, just a few centimeters up and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, that's important. Last 30 seconds. Nicely done, everyone. Hopefully you're feeling this. If there's anything a little bit too aggressive, or if it's hurting too much on one side rather than the other, or if you've had previous shoulder problems, definitely don't go with any dumbbells. Leave your tins of beans on the floor. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Back on the cords. Back on the cords. 2 minutes. Should be warm now. We should be good to go. Take a step back if you can. If you've got the paddle shaped handles, fantastic. Look at your hand shape. If you've got these sort of grips, try to open the hand. Just think about mimicking as many things as possible that you'd be doing in the water. Okay, so fingertips to elbow, there's your catch position, and then drive it down. Set the position, it's slow into position. Once you're, obviously I'm horizontal because I'm obviously standing up, but if I were in the water, this would become my vertical forearm position. Then you can drive, then you can add the pressure. Don't waste effort by sort of ripping the first part, because all you're doing is just bouncing yourself up a little bit. Set it and then drive it. Set it and then drive it. That's why swimmers generally have the big lat muscles, the strong triceps. And if you are going to do anything extra regarding your strength and conditioning, tricep muscles probably be the one I would add to my repertoire. Strong triceps. Not so you can just lift heavier weights, but just so you can perform the thousands of repetitions over and over again that you would need in a long distance swim, so you don't shorten the stroke. Because if you shorten the stroke, that window for air gets shortened, you take more strokes, you speed things up, trying to get to the air more quickly, and then it just all starts to disintegrate. Last 30 seconds, last 30 seconds. Add in a little bit of breathing. I'm going 3 to the left, then I'll take my couple of strokes across to 3 to the right. That's a nice balance. There's plenty of air coming in on a regular basis, but I'm also breaking the bad habits of only ever breathing to one side. 3, 2, 1, good stuff. Okay, back with the dumbbells. Okay, what did we do last time? Palms forwards, let's go palms down, palms down. I think that was right. Forgive me if I got that mixed up. Just swap it over. Nicely connecting the shoulder blades, squeeze them together. Arms parallel, not slumped forwards, not dropping forwards. Your weights are too heavy if you feel you can't sort of keep them in this upright position. I'm better off going without. Small movements, nice and slow. And just this amount of weight, this far away from the body, it'll build up. Don't worry, give it a minute. It will build up if it isn't already. Last 10 seconds, last 10 seconds. And then round 3, we've got that bent position where definitely it was a little bit harder. 3, 2, 1, good stuff. Back on the cords, back on the cords. Here we go. Take a step back. If the shoulders are screaming at you, maybe take a step forwards. Do what you need to do today. We're just keeping the swimming movements going until we can get back in the water. We are supplementing, we're not replacing. Well, I guess, yeah, we are at the moment. I guess most people are not swimming. Normally dry land swimming supplements, and we talk about the swim bench and our stretch cords as something we can do to just do a little bit extra. But obviously it isn't 100% replacement, but we're just doing as much as we can so that when we do hit the water, it is not quite as intimidating, it's not as scary. We've been doing lots of these movements. It'll feel clumsy for the first session, maybe part of the second session, but if you've been regularly doing these movements, you will be absolutely fine. 1 minute to go, 1 minute to go. Add in the breathing. Try to mix it up. If there was one thing you could achieve with these dry land sessions is sort of get a handle on mixing your breathing. Because if you only ever breathe to one side, I guarantee as you get tired, there's a good chance you're going to lean on that arm to help stabilize your breathing, and you will waste a perfectly good opportunity to pull yourself forwards, catch the water. That will have been wasted. You'll have been bounced up to the surface, and you'll be bobbing along, not going in the direction you really want to. So mix up the breathing, add in a central snorkel when you get back in the water, focus on that pivot, pulling with the forearm. The pivot point is the elbow, not the shoulder. Break that and you'll be a much better swimmer. In 3, 2, 1, good stuff, good stuff. Back on the dumbbells, remember we're pivoting this time, pivot at the hips, try to bring the upper body to horizontal, palms face down. Good work, everyone. Nice and slow. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Gravity's making this one a little bit harder. So keep it slow. Lift them up. Aim for 30 seconds and then ditch the dumbbells if you need to. If it's a little bit too much, it's not the end of the world. Last 30 seconds. Here we go. Slow it down a little bit more. Make it burn. I've only got like 0.5 kilograms here, but I do have very long arms, so I think that's my excuse for today. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, back into our trunk rotation work. Keep the head nice and still. Think about the chin pointing to the bottom of the pool. Just relax the arms down by your side. Let the hips follow. Focus on the screen or something off in the distance, and just keep the eyes absolutely focused. If the head's not bobbing around, you're not adding distance to your open water swim. Imagine you're swimming on that black line and you're just looking down, well, facing down at least. You don't want to be looking facing forwards. That's going to strain the neck, put pressure on the hips. Shake the arms out. Good work. Okay, have a drink, relax there. We'll get going in just a second. The shoulders okay? I did bring some heavier dumbbells down, but I might just leave them actually. I haven't done this movement in a while, and might just feel that a little bit tomorrow. Okay, 2 minutes please. Last round, 2 minutes. We are going to mix up the positions a little bit again, just to make this one the hardest round. Are we ready? 2 minutes please. 2 minutes on the long front crawl chords. Here we go. I'm going to take a step back. I've got mine tethered via a pulley system, and they are quite light. There's an elastic cord above the pulley attaching them to the top of the banister. So I get a little bit of tension as I sort of switch and sort of hold the hand as they pull apart. The triceps are working. If you've got fully elasticated and they're tethered and hanging on to something, appreciate this is going to be quite hard work on its own, but just do your best. So from that stretched out position, streamline, fingertips are pointing forwards, then the elbow initiates that paddle from the fingertips to the elbow, turning over, bringing into horizontal by the time it reaches the eyes, and then the lats and the triceps take over and push that through beyond the hips. I'm trying to reach the knees, trying to reach the knees. The shoulders are a little bit tired now, but don't let the stroke shorten. Don't let it, don't exit above the hips. That is a dreadful situation. Last 45 seconds. If you are going outdoors, and I know a lot of the lakes around the country are opening, if you are going outdoors and you're getting your wetsuit on, have a look at the panels under the forearm, okay? Make sure they're aligned. I mean, this is a great way to double check that. Just turn that over and make sure those odd panels, sometimes they're dimpled, they're ridged, they've got different sort of textile or material there. If they are not facing sort of towards the feet when you set your catch, you've put your wetsuit on wrong and they're facing off to the side or even on the back of the arm, they are not going to help, okay? So we're doing all this catch work. Don't undo it by putting the wetsuit on incorrectly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Back on the dumbbells. Okay, we're upright. The palms are down. If you can turn the thumbs over, this depends a little bit on your flexibility and range of motion. Leave the palms down. But if you can turn the thumbs so the palms are facing behind you, it's just another variation, but this one's still a little bit more subtle, a little bit more delicate. Be careful, nice and slow. Do not use a big 10-kilo dumbbell. I doubt anyone is. Good work. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Nice and slow. If that's a little bit aggressive, just bring the palm down and then face the palm forwards if you really need to release that tension. Up and down they go, up and down. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Back on the long chords. 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes. We're nearly there, not far to go. Run a little diagnostic. Remind yourself about all these teaching points. Okay, close your eyes if it helps. I mean, you're probably going to be in a muddy lake or a dock. Some of us might be popping over to Cayman for the weekend, do a nice ocean swim. Wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, close your eyes and just think. Fingertips to elbow. There's my paddle. I'm exposing the surface area of the forearm as I push through. I know the hand's under the backbone. There's no deviation. There's no wide sweep. There's nothing coming across. There's no wiggling. There's no lateral deviation pushing me from side to side. Everything is mirrored. I've got the symmetry of both arms balanced, and I'm just moving forwards in a straight line. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go on this round, everyone. Push through, reach for the knees. Good work. Add in a little bit of breathing just to break those bad habits. Work on your catch, work on the elbow pivot, even though the head is turning. Even though the head is turning, you must catch the water. Don't palm that straight arm down. Don't pivot out of the shoulder. That's that dreadful, well, not only is it a waste, but it's very aggressive on the shoulder joint, and you never want to upset the shoulders. You don't want physio. It takes forever to get a good repair. You definitely don't want surgery. Ask my sister and Maria, who work with us. It takes ages. Look after your shoulders, which is why all these little prehab and strength movements will do that for you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Pick up the dumbbells. Let's go back to our pivoted waist. Pivot at the waist. Bring the arms. Okay, bring the arms out. Upper body's horizontal. I know this is round 2, but we're going to do 2 versions in this horizontal position, just to really work the shoulders. Nice and slow. Aim for 30 seconds with your dumbbells. If that's enough, just drop the dumbbells. Go for 30 seconds without. There's your 30. Make the switch if you need to. Try to slow it down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Palms are facing down. This last 10 seconds is where it's burning. I know. Keep it going. Try to hold your form. Don't let them drop. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Back on the cords. Back on the cords, everyone. We're nearly there. Last round on the cords. Don't forget to switch from side to side. We're looking for that stubble rash on the upper arms, on the shoulders as you exit the pool. That's a good sign for the men, certainly, that they've been rotating and switching from side to side. Working to keep the head still. Backstroke and front crawl. Essential that the head is still unless you are turning to breathe on front crawl, lifting to side. Keep the head nice and still, which is why we do that little trunk rotation exercise at the end with the head still. Look up. Missy Franklin, the 2012 Olympian from the US, doing backstroke on YouTube. She's got a cup of water balanced on her head. Just amazing to watch. That's how important pool swimmers feel about the head position. And in open water, I think it's even more important. Think about the pool. Every surface is sort of helping guide you, keep you straight. The black line on the bottom, the lane ropes, the sides of the pool, the tiles all run nicely. Everything is working in your favor. Take that into the London docks. You've got very little to help you. But if the stroke is keeping you balanced and symmetrical, then you're one step closer to swimming straighter without lots of excessive head lifting and sighting more than might be necessary. Keep the head still, keep the arms mirrored, imaged, left and right, left and right. Keep pulling you forwards with the same angles, the same speed, the same pressure. You should swim a whole lot straighter. Last 5 seconds, last 5 seconds. We're going to pivot again at the hips. Good work. Bring body to horizontal as best you can. The thumbs point down this time. The thumbs point down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. If that's uncomfortable, leave the palms facing down or mix between the two even. Good work. We're nearly there. Keep it slow. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Fight the gravity that's making the arms feel like they weigh an absolute ton. 25 seconds to go. Drop the dumbbells if you need. Keep breathing. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Good stuff, everyone. Good stuff. Let's, I'm just going to move my cords out of the way. After all that front crawl, let's just add in a little bit of backstroke, a little bit of backstroke. No need for any weights. Just keep the hands at 180. Rotate the body as if you were swimming your front crawl. The shoulders are switching from side to side. There's a catch position. Once your little finger enters, drop the elbow so you, from here, maybe you can see better, the little finger enters, then you turn the palm to face the feet, pivot the elbow, and push the water down towards the feet. And this is great to reverse all of that front crawl effort and strain. Double arm backstrokes even better in the pool with a dumbbell, with a pull buoy, switch, or double arm and enter with the little fingers, and then you set the catch position, and that will really stretch out the shoulders and the chest after so much of that in rotating inwards and turning that over. So you've got to undo all of that front crawl position. Okay. Nicely done, everyone.